In the twilight of the Roman Republic, as shadows stretched long over the marble halls of power, one man's name rose above all. Others Gaius, Julius Caesar, born in 100 BC, into an old but declining patrician family. Caesar entered a world of shifting alliances, ambition, and blood. Rome was already an empire in everything but name, restless, powerful, and teetering on the precipice of chaos. From his youth, Caesar displayed the brilliance and the hunger that would define his life. A soldier, an orator, a reformer, his talent for leadership was undeniable. He rose through the ranks of Roman politics, decus honorum, mastering the art of persuasion and power. Behind his calm, measured words lay a will of iron, a mind that saw the world not just as it was, but as it could be. As general of the legions in Gaul, Caesar's genius for war shone bright. For 8 long years, he led his armies through dense forests, across treacherous rivers, and over snow-capped mountains. He conquered vast lands and subjugated tribes once thought untamable, expanding the Republic's borders and securing its future. His own account of the conflict, the asterisk commentaries on the Gallic War asterisk, revealed not only his peerless strategy but the inner workings of his mind. Disciplined, fearless, and endlessly, dangerously ambitious. But glory always has its price. Back in Rome, his growing fame and the unwavering loyalty of his legions ignited fear and envy among the Senate. Former allies turned wary, none more so than Pompey the Great, once his political partner, now his greatest rival. The establishment saw in Caesar a threat to the old order, a man whose popularity with the people could unravel the very fabric of the Republic. The confrontation was inevitable when the Senate demanded Caesar lay down his command and return to Rome as a private citizen. Stripped of his power, he faced the most critical decision of his life. He chose a viands. In 49 BC, he led his 13th legion across the Rubicon River, a small stream that marked the boundary of his province. By crossing it with an army, he committed an act of treason. With a single declaration that would echo through history, he sealed his fate. Alea Iacta Est die is cast. Civil war tore through the Republic. From Italy to Spain, Greece to Egypt, brother fought brother, until Caesar emerged victorious. He returned to Rome, not as a mere consul, but as its undisputed master. The people adored him, hailing him as a hero, a savior, even a living god. They saw in him a champion against the corrupt aristocracy. Yet beneath the triumph, a storm was gathering. Power transformed Caesar and terrified his peers. His sweeping reforms reshaped Roman society. He granted citizenship to provincials, offered debt relief to the poor, reformed the calendar we still use today, and streamlined the governance of a sprawling state. But with each decree, with each honor he accepted, he drew closer to the absolute power of a king, the one thing Rome had sworn never to have again. Whispers of conspiracy filled the Senate halls. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, the Senate struck back. Surrounded by men he once called friends, allies he had pardoned and promoted, Julius Caesar fell beneath a flurry of daggers. His final words, if legend speaks true, are whispered not in anger, but in profound sorrow. Et tu, Brute, you too, Brutus. With his death, Rome lost more than a leader. It lost its last chance to remain a republic. The power vacuum he left behind unleashed another round of brutal civil wars, which ultimately led to the rise of his heir, Octavian, who would become Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The world shifted that day from Senate to empire, from freedom to dominion, and though centuries have passed, his shadow endures. He remains a symbol of ambition, leadership, and the eternal conflict between liberty and order. For Julius Caesar was more than a man, he was destiny itself. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more dives into history's most fascinating figures. We'll see you in the next one.